Hey everybody, my name is MJ Pinky. I'm a writer and writing consultant, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about a premise, what it is, why you need one, and how you can construct a premise for your novel or short story. A premise is basically a one-sentence summary of your story, possibly two, depending on how complicated your novel is. It's consisting of four main elements: the main character, which is a very brief description, your protagonist's goal, so what is your main character striving for, the situation or obstacle that they're facing or the inciting incident, and a very brief clue as to what kind of story we're going to be reading. So these four elements make up your premise. I recommend starting with a premise before you start writing your novel. It just helps you stay on track and kind of helps you envision where you want to go with it if you already have a premise nailed down. So I'm going to give you guys an example, a really fun one, a really easy one. It's The Wizard of Oz. So a young girl is swept away to a magical land by a tornado and must embark on a quest to see the wizard who can help her return home. So this very simple premise of The Wizard of Oz sums up the whole beloved classic in a single sentence, and it does answer those four elements. So a young girl's the main character, its brief description, is swept away to a magical land by a tornado. That's her obstacle or her inciting incident. That's the thing that happened to her to jumpstart her on this quest. Who must embark on a quest. That is the clue about what kind of story we're going to be reading. And then to see the wizard who can help her return home. So that return home is her goal. That's what's driving her through all these scenarios that she's encountering in the novel. So that's it. That's your premise. I think it's important, like I said before, to have one of these before you start constructing your novel. Not only is it a very high-level blueprint of, your plot, but it's also an answer for everybody who's asking you, hey, what's your story about? So if you're in an elevator with an agent or an editor and they turn to you and they ask you, what's your story about? You can answer with your premise. My story is about a young girl being swept away by a tornado, etc., etc. So having a premise is very important for beginner writers as well as finishing writers, ones who have already completed their novel for that specific reason, just so you will have something very ingrained with your story that you can tell someone who's asking you, what's your story about? So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Check me out on mjpinky.com, and I will see you guys in a future video.